Today, we're digging into one of the planet's most wonderfully weird mammals. This is a creature so strange, it almost feels like it shouldn't exist. A true living fossil. We are talking about the aardvark.
You know, this quote just hits the nail on the head. The aardvark feels like something out of a myth. It's like it was cobbled together from spare parts of other animals, a creature you'd expect to find in a fantasy novel, not roaming the savannas of Africa.
But it is absolutely 100% real. Just look at this thing. It's got the long ears of a donkey, a body and snout kind of like a pig, and this thick, powerful tail that looks like it belongs to a rat or maybe even a kangaroo. It is a walking, breathing paradox, and honestly, one of the most incredible animals alive today.
So, to even start to understand this animal, you gotta look at its name. The word aardvark actually comes from Afrikaans, and it literally translates to earth pig. And that name is perfect, right? It tells you so much, hinting at what it looks like and its whole burrowing underground lifestyle.
Now, this is where things get truly mind-blowing. The aardvark isn't just a unique species. It's completely alone. It is the single, solitary survivor of an entire mammalian order called Tubulidata. Think about that. No close living relatives anywhere on the entire planet. So, how in the world has this one-of-a-kind animal managed to survive for millions of years all by itself? Well, the answer is in its highly specialized anatomy. It's got a toolkit that is just perfectly designed for a very specific job. Okay, let's start with its most important tool, its feet. They are absolute digging machines. The front feet have 4 toes, the back ones have 5, and each one is tipped with these incredibly powerful, spade-like claws that are actually more like little hooves than fingernails. With these, an aardvark can just tear through the earth at a shocking speed. And it needs that digging power, because an aardvark can travel between 2 and 5 kilometers every single night. That's a lot of ground to cover. It's a relentless nocturnal hunter, constantly on the move, sniffing and digging, looking for its favorite meal, ants and termites. So, how does it find its food in the pitch black dark? Well, it's not with its eyes, that's for sure. An aardvark's vision is pretty terrible. Its retinas only have rods, which means it's colorblind and can't see sharply at all. But to make up for it, it has an unbelievably powerful sense of smell. Its brain has this highly developed olfactory lobe that lets it pinpoint termite colonies deep underground. And the weirdness doesn't stop there. It extends all the way to its teeth. I mean, look at these things. They're bizarre. Adult aardvarks don't have any incisors or canines at all. And their cheek teeth, they don't have any enamel or roots. Instead, they're made of hundreds of these tightly packed tubes of dentine that just grow continuously their entire lives. In fact, its teeth are so strange, they give the entire ancient order its scientific name. Tubulidata literally means tube teeth. The animal's entire classification is defined by its weird dental plan. But the aardvark's story isn't just about its own survival. This solitary creature plays this surprisingly huge role in its ecosystem. It's like an unintentional architect for the entire savanna. See, aardvarks are almost always alone. They dig these really extensive, complex burrows to hide out in during the day. But here's the cool part. Once an aardvark decides to move on and abandons a burrow, that home gets a whole new set of tenants. And the list of tenants is long. We're talking everything from big mammals like hyenas and warthogs, all the way down to squirrels, mongooses, bats, birds, and even reptiles. These abandoned burrows are critical shelters for so many other animals. The aardvark is what we call a keystone species. If you take it away, a whole network of life on the savanna is put at risk. All right, it's time to uncover the aardvark's deepest secret, its ancient and frankly shocking family history. This thing is, in every sense of the word, a living fossil. So you have to ask, with its pig-like body, ant eating habits, and donkey ears, where could it possibly belong? For centuries, scientists were totally stumped. But thanks to modern genetics, we finally have the answer. And trust me, it's not what anyone expected. Believe it or not, the aardvark's closest living relatives are in a group called Afrotheria. This means it shares a common ancestor with elephants and manatees and hyraxes. So yeah, this earth pig is way more closely related to an elephant than it is to an actual pig or an anteater. And the reason why is that the aardvark is the last remnant of this really ancient group of primitive hoofed mammals. It's a survivor from another time, a branch on the tree of life that is otherwise completely died out. And that, right there, is why we call it a living fossil. So what's the status of this incredible survivor? Well, officially it's listed as a species of least concern, but that label can be a little misleading. While they're still widespread, aardvarks are really vulnerable. They've been completely wiped out from many agricultural areas because of habitat loss and pesticides killing off their food source. And that leaves us with one last really important question. The aardvark has survived for millions of years, the lonely representative of its ancient family. But in a world that's changing faster than ever, what does the future hold for this absolutely irreplaceable living fossil?